Look, I don't want to brag and all, but I'm gonna brag. I found Satan's kryptonite. My neck hasn't done that in ages. Pew, 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 Satan. No, Satan. Pew, pew, pew. I did. I found his kryptonite, guys. Get a pen, get a paper, listen up. Actually, I don't even think you're gonna need to jot this one down. First and foremost, I need to say, guys, I am sorry I have not been on the app a lot the past week. Oh, your auntie's been going through it. No, I have been going through it. We all know by now, if you play a massive role for Yah here in the end of days, Satan, well, he's going to try to pew, pew, pew you, but Satan, you hit like a bitch. And you know why I know? Because my daddy told me so. Anywho, it's true. You will suffer the most intense spiritual attack of your life the second you have given your entire life to Yah. But I'm here to tell you, when you play a massive role, no, a big role, a lead role here in the end of days for our Father, well, Satan will come at you hard. He'll come at you with your one chink in the armor. He'll find the one thing that is the most vital, most important to you, your biggest source of comfort, love, and joy, and he will take it out, or try. But on that note, as a Christian, I confess I screwed up. Because when I tell you your one source of true comfort, love, and joy, if it isn't your Father, well, that's your first and biggest mistake. Because if your true one source in this world of comfort, love, and joy is a human, another person, well, that's your bad now, isn't it? If you're not leaning into your Father for all of that, well, you're putting yourself a big old target there on your back. Lesson 1 this past couple of weeks, I've learned. Chickadee check. Actually, that would just be check, because that's the first. I like to hold my chickadee checks for the plurals of the lessons. And let's just say right now, auntie's learned some plurals. But let's get down to why you're still sticking here. I found Satan's kryptonite. You see, when he comes for that one chink in your armor, said human, that is your comfort source, or whatever, mad face, I don't have time for a take two. That is where he is the most powerful to take you out, to break you, to shatter you, to distract you, to destroy you, and not only to ruin you so much so that you can't even fulfill your purpose because you are a shattered little shell of a human, but if you're not careful, it will harden your heart. And at that point, game over. Have you ever seen a Christian try to serve their purpose for Yah with a hardened heart? No. So the answer to this one, my friends, it's easy peasy. How do you take away Satan's power in such a powerful move? His Hail Mary? That move that's got him itching, ready to say Shamat, checkmate. I keep wanting to say Masha, but I shouldn't. But I don't say the bad word. It's just a cute way of you knowing what I mean. And right when he is about to utter those words, checkmate, you look him dead in the eyes, knock his king over, and say, not only checkmate, but game over, Satan. You lose. That's easy. You take away his power. And how do you take away his power? Well, when he pulls that move and hurts you with the one person that should never hurt you in your life at all, and in a way that said person still has not even admitted to doing anything wrong and will not even apologize or say that they're sorry, you do the one thing Satan never saw coming. You pull your Hail Mary. And instead of attacking him with your queen like he's expecting, you hit him with the pawn. Because ultimately, like in the Queen's Gambit, like in the Queen's Gambit and in Alice in Wonderland, we do find that the pawn is the most powerful player of them all. And once they get across the board, sneaky and subtly and not even expected to, well, they can become any player that they want. But more importantly, they typically choose the queen. And what happens when you become the queen? You get the crown. And that is exactly what I had to force Satan to watch this little pawn do right in front of his face. Satan's kryptonite is this. And ironically, it is the second commandment of the only two that we live under now. Love everyone. Love one another the exact same way that Yeshua loved us. Loves us. And just for a little FYI, the first is love your Father, heart, mind, body, and soul with everything that you have before and above anything else. I love how they do that because without doing that first one, you can never do the second. But my little pawn showed Satan, I know your kryptonite. And it is that second commandment. Although somebody very close to me hurt me very deeply, blindsided me, hit me upside the noggin. Well, they didn't hit me upside the, you know what I mean. Satan used them as a tool. And although, yes, my first instinct was a human fleshly instinct. Ooh, you think my mad face is mean? You should see my pew pew mixed with the mad face and a little sprinkled colitas in there. Yeah, old school Colette. But then I stopped. I breathed. And I took my father's advice. Be still and know that I am God. And instead of coming at that person like Andy would have wanted me to, windmilling, that's her only move when we fight. Oh, I saved her so many times in fights. Well, instead of hitting that human that hurt me with the old 1-2, I turned around, away from them, looked at Satan dead in the eyes, and all it took was one punch. All it took was that second commandment. All it took was for me to respond 100% the opposite as a human would, and 100%, no, 1,000% the way that my Lord and Savior would. I pulled a Hail Mary, and not the prayer kind, the football kind. And that's probably just because that's the only football term I know. And I forgave. No, I didn't just forgive. I did something so incredibly difficult as a human to do. I forgave like my father would. I forgave somebody who was still staring me dead in the face saying, I didn't do anything wrong. And I'm forgiving. No, I forgave because it is past tense. It is over. It is done. I've forgiven them. I forgave somebody who still is yet to even say that they're sorry. Yeah, that is how you take Satan's power away. And I'm not talking just the fancy little topical forgiving where it's like, oh, I forgive you, but no. Not the type of, oh, I forgive you, but I'm insecure now, I'm hurt now, I'm shattered now, I'm changed now, I'm bitter now, my heart is hardened now. No. I did the kind of forgiving that none of that came along with it. I did the type of forgiving that was so freeing that honestly, somehow along the way, I become happier than I've ever been before. I forgave somebody who wasn't even sorry. That, my friends, is not only Satan's kryptonite, but that is the ultimate Shama, checkmate. I have rendered Satan completely powerless because I have taken away not only my reaction, but all of the things that come along with us when we get hurt by another person that Satan, he relies so heavily on. The anger, the rage, the hate, the insecurity, the misplaced trust. No, the shattered trust, the hardening of the heart, and most of all, the unfulfillment of the second commandment. You see, I've done things in my life that I am not proud of, things that I will stand before my Father and have to ask forgiveness for. So who am I? Who am I to not forgive somebody for doing something to me that hurt me, that really they didn't do it with me in mind at all? Who am I to stand here and think that I, in any way, shape, or form, no, really, who am I? Who am I to believe that I, in any way, shape, or form, is more important, that I am more important? What grammar, please, Colette? And that person who will be sitting in the judgment seat on that day when I stand before my Lord and Savior asking, please forgive me for everything that I've done. Who am I to believe that what somebody else has done to me is any more unforgivable than anything I have done to others in my life? I trust and believe in this wholeheartedly. This is Satan's kryptonite. Because on that day when I was supposed to veer left, ooh, I veered right. When I was supposed to bob, oh, I weaved. I wove. It was woven. And on that day when Satan was certain that I would not be able to forgive a person, a human, someone in the flesh, and not fulfill that second commandment, love everyone like my Father, like Yahushua has loved all of us, I showed Satan, the past 9 months, I haven't been in spiritual heavenly boot camp with my Father for nothing. And I'm pretty sure it was on the third day that I learned the truth behind it all. You see, we do not wrestle with flesh and blood. We wrestle against the powers, principalities, and the dark rulers of this world. And because I can see beyond the veil, I understand actually what that means. And so what this person had done to me, although they were the flesh suit, the puppet, there was somebody else pulling the strings. That human was used as a tool by the enemy against me. And so I forgave. I forgave the way my Father forgives. No conditions, no but ifs or whats. You see, unconditional love is exactly that. Not, I will love you until you screw up as a human does because Satan is influencing you to do something. After that, I can't love you anymore. No, that's not unconditional love. When I say I love you, I mean it. It means I will love you unconditionally. That is Satan's kryptonite. And that is how you take away his power. You forgive those who have hurt you, knowing it wasn't them and it was Satan, just like Yeshua will love us. So on that note, Satan, chickadee check, checkmate.